Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Your turn to speak.
Oh, wow. Good morning, everyone. What can I say after so many wonderful things have been said, except that I'm extremely grateful. If we were shooting a scene right now and these cars were going by, we'd never get a takeoff. I just want to say, well, there's so much I want to say. All night I was thinking about all the different anecdotes and all the different stories I could tell to try to give some perspective. The fact that my parents are here. I remember when I was 8 years old, I had already been acting for a year, and my father was taking it a little bit more serious than I was. And on Saturday mornings, he would wake us up at 8 o'clock to go up to 86th Street to do the Charleston at a place called the Amos Repertory. And we didn't want to go. We wanted to keep our Saturdays for ourselves, but my father would wake us up and force my twin brother and I to get on the train and go up to a place called the Amos Repertory. For 7 years after that, I had been struggling trying to make a name in off-Broadway plays, and I was so frustrated with the lack of ability to perform and to be artistic that right before Flashdance came out, I became a break dancer. And I would make money by taking the hat off my head and stretching my arm and walking around a crowd and saying, essentially, did I perform well enough for you to give me $1? I thank you. There's so many anecdotes, there's so many stories that go back to my grandmother, Carmen, who talked my mother out of having an abortion. Thank you, Grandma Carmen. I wish you could see this right now, Grandma Carmen. It was a good decision. It was a good decision. The people that I've been fortunate enough to work with, I guess, have always looked past the exterior and the ambiguity that my existence represents. When I was in my mother's stomach, it was still illegal in parts of America for people of color and white people to procreate. And there was a bill passed called Loving versus Virginia that was passed while I was in my mother's womb that eradicated that old law. So I guess I was illegal in the womb. And then when I was born, America had come to their senses. The multifacial film I made was a short film, and it was out of desperation to be artistic. Everyone had known me just as a bouncer in New York because I wasn't able to get any work. I was getting off-Broadway work, but there was something too ambiguous about the way I looked that would prevent me from ever getting a star, that would prevent me from ever getting a Hollywood star. And I talk about that subject in the short film Multifacial. So there's something very surreal that my father could be here, who taught me everything about acting, who was a theater director in Brooklyn before I was born, and somehow believed that I had something special, even when performing arts didn't accept me for the actors program, and I'd been acting for 7 years. I say that just to remind the world that sometimes setbacks and sometimes closed doors could fuel you in a way as opposed to defeat you.